And we're just gonna start going.
I'll give you the flag at 15 seconds.
Yeah, you're gonna do the countdown of the.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm really excited now. Okay, hold on. Yeah. And I can't do it without. There we go. Go.
Welcome back to the Nub Podcast.
I couldn't just do it with my hands. I had to say go.
Just so you guys know, Felton was giving me the hand signals like they do on TV, like the 5, 4, 3 countdown thing. And he almost did the whole Tiny Dancer piano thing from the top of the ceiling again. So tonight we're going to talk about some nerdy things, believe it or not. It's pretty
we got it down.
odd for us. Yeah,
we got it down this time.
I think we're getting used to it.
I've got my tabs open.
Do you have tabs
Chrome.
open? I have my my book open.
Your 1950s composition notebook.
Because I'm an old man, so
it's actually vintage from the 1950s.
Yeah, actually, I paid big bucks for this. Actually, it's like a $500 notebook. So
Sarno Antique Mall.
All right, so
there's a spring on the floor.
Just so you guys know, I have figured out that Thanksgiving is actually this Thursday. I figured.
Congratulations, you passed that time.
Oh, I suck at time. I suck at a lot of things lately, actually. I noticed that, I don't know if it's just that I'm getting older, so I'm getting stupider, but it seems like weekly, obviously, I prove that I have no idea what I'm talking about, because weekly I'm wrong about something on the podcast, But even when we were at, I think we were at the movies, and I said something, and I was completely off. I don't even remember what it was.
Was it about a trailer?
Probably it was about a trailer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And everybody there was like, no. I was
everyone
like,
looked at you. The people behind us just kind of.
Actually, yeah, the one dude slapped me in the back of the head, which was weird. I was like, it was a full. I've never been to a full contact movie before. But.
He was upset.
So speaking of movies, we had our mandate. We had our mandate that was crashed by dates though, so that was kind of weird, But at least we sat next to each other and held hands, so that was cool.
Was good.
Yeah, we did the popcorn trick with each other.
Yeah,
we went and saw. Yeah, it's really classy. That's why I get the extra butter. Yeah. Just so you know. We went and saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
I'm going to make my prediction now.
Okay.
As I already said.
Okay.
It is not going to be long before the porn parody comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can only imagine the name is going to be something along the lines of Fantastic Breasts and something. You know what I'm saying?
And how to grab them or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be something like that.
I think maybe even fantastical beasts, and it could be a gay porn, and it could be really ripped guys, they're beasts,
it's just, I can just see this being hilarious, and I'm calling it right now. It's not going to be Newt Scamander. It's going to be Nude Commander.
Nice.
Because that's the first thing that came to my mind when I heard Newt Scamander.
Scrote Commander?
Well, I like Nude Commander.
Nude Commander, all right.
It's really funny. It's classic.
So basically, you and I are going to write and direct a porn this weekend, is what you're saying.
I could direct it. Yeah.
I mean, we have the whole Thanksgiving thing off, so, we could sit down and really just hash it out with our families and stuff around us at the table. Just, hey, can you pass the mashed potatoes? By the way, what do you think about a sex scene in a pro health store?
The head of the Ministry of Magic in America is trying to get his swole on.
Yes.
With some proprietary blends of protein shakes.
Yes.
And he's buying it from the really, really buff protein store manager. This is getting way too detailed.
Yeah. I'm liking it, though. I think we need to jot these ideas down.
And he has monsters in his closet. I don't know. Fantastic Beasts in the closet.
That's where he just keeps these guys with collars and stuff on, and little half shirts and stuff. And
the creator, and I know I told you this before, and I don't know if I referenced it. The creator of Adventure Time
does porn.
Yeah. Other cartoon. What the hell was the other cartoon? Bravest Warriors.
Okay.
He came out with a show called Bravest Warriors, and very similar to Power Rangers, but think if Power Rangers were in the Adventure Time world. Okay. Interesting little miniseries on YouTube. But one of the things was the female character. She has this dream, and they invade her dream for some reason,
mm-hmm.
and they go into it, and she's imagining all these buff guys with horse heads. And they're all dancing around these butter cabbages. And, this is her ideal dream world. This is what she's VR'd into her dream world or some bullshit like that, right? And I just always thought that was funny. The first thing that came to my mind was the porn parody was the butter cabbage horsehead man and this little weird porn world she had. Anyway, sorry.
So we got way off track here.
Yeah. Children's cartoons.
What's your take on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
I thought I've become an asshole about, like, I've never even produced a story, written a story, nothing a story. I just consume a lot of content.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel through that I'm qualified to, like, critique things that I watch.
Okay.
And I know that's bullshit. It really is. Because
Well, isn't that what a critic does, really?
Sure.
Okay.
Sometimes critics actually, like, have experience. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Whatever. So, I don't know. I just felt like the pacing, everything was very well done with the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never felt like...
I thought you were about to rip. I thought you were about to rip this movie open.
No, not at all. Like, I was very entertained. There weren't really any boring parts I can remember where I was like, well, this is filler. Like,
yeah.
Normally in a movie I can tell, like, man, this is just bullshit filler. Like,
well,
ugh.
I gotta say, J.K. Rowling's has really
Henry Rollins?
No.
Oh.
has really come a long way as far as this kind of thing is concerned, because I know you didn't read it, but
This was a book?
she was no, she wrote the screenplay. She wrote the screenplay for this movie, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, she probably had help, just like she had help with Harry Potter and the Cursed
sure.
Child. But if you read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, you're like, wow, this is really well paced. This is, again, nothing really boring, no filler, nothing. And I think that she has mastered the entertainment aspect of her stories.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where this story is going to go from here. I loved all the creatures, especially my favorite. See, I love hippopotamuses and rhinos. Like those are like two of my favorite animals. I don't know why. I just love big goofy animals. That could probably kill you.
Goofy, dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
Animals.
So when they combine the two into something that had a weird flaming like ball sack thing for a head, like I was just like, this is amazing.
Almost
like this is
like an injector fan.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Horn,
yeah, it was like lava or something.
That tree up,
yeah,
man, that was
wow.
That was fantastic
and beastly. So, but no, I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that they had like okay. Here's the thing. I wonder if what was his name? Newt.
Yes, Newt Scamander.
Scamander. I mean, is he like reforming these creatures? Because it seems like every single one of them steals. Like he's just got a bunch of thieving animals in his little briefcase, because everything was stealing something. There's the invisible stealing monkey. There's the little stealing platypus.
That's how they got in trouble. That's how they got in trouble when he came across them. Maybe.
Yeah, but it just seemed like everything that he had in his suitcase stole something. It's like, I'm like, and... Well,
the giant rhinoceros thing apparently stole your heart. So.
He did, exactly. He tried to steal that one guy's virginity. It was, that was kind of scary. Yeah, it was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, you might want to run, buddy. But, no, I feel the same way. I feel like there weren't any dulls. There weren't any dull parts. There wasn't really a lull anywhere. It was an expansion on the whole Harry Potter world. I love the fact that, I thought, because they hadn't really mentioned it before, until, I guess they do mention it, so I guess now I sound stupid, but because they do talk about it in the Goblet of Fire. There's two other wizarding schools that come together for like this tournament that they have.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it never dawned on me.
The Russian dudes and the blue dress chicks.
The French, there was the French school, and then there was like the German or Russian school.
Yeah.
But it never dawned on me for some stupid reason that America would have their own school. And I think it's just because I'm like, oh, we're America. We're not magical enough to have a cool school. Yeah. So when they brought it up in the movie, I was like, oh, cool. So America's got their own school. So now I kind of want to see like the American Hogwarts. Like I want to see what goes on there.
Did they ever mention it in the series?
No, not in the books. Like I said, they only really talk about those other two schools in the Goblet of Fire. And for some reason, because I'm an idiot, I'm like, oh, okay, well, America is just not magical enough. We don't have, it's not mythical enough to have
maybe
these.
Maybe it went to shit.
Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find, because this takes place like 70 years before Harry Potter. So maybe we'll find out that this school here got destroyed. Like,
the American way of magic got
Johnny Depp, spoiler alert, destroys their school.
Just kind of pale Johnny Depp.
I am so glad. I've gotten really good. I've gotten really good at trying to avoid any kind of like real information before I see a movie.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I was completely shocked.
I was too.
Now, oh shit.
The person I was with was like, oh, she's like, yeah, I knew he was going to be in there. I totally forgot about it. I was like, what? What are you talking?
How?
I didn't know. I had no idea that Johnny Depp was in the movie at all. Yeah. No idea. But see, I've gotten really good at trying to avoid anything that's not like a trailer. Like I try not to get too much information about a movie before it comes out, because I feel like I've become so disenfranchised nowadays when it comes to movies. I feel like we get way too much information sometimes, and it really just ruins the movie for me. So when I got to go in there and have that experience of, oh my God, that's Johnny Depp, it was like, that for me was magic. It was fantastic. We got 21 Jump Streeted.
Yeah.
You know?
My whole thing is I can't watch trailers unless it's like a...
You told me about this. Actually, you talked about this on the podcast before.
Yeah, unless it's like the Guardians of the Galaxies, I'll watch those trailers because
they don't tell you anything.
They take
really.
a scene,
yes,
and they'll play the scene, and you'll be like, "Oh, haha, this is a funny little interaction between the characters." Hoo ha! Doesn't show anything.
Yeah,
but like there are parts in the movie. I think there were several trailers even that we were watching. I was like, okay, that's at the end of the movie. They win. Okay, so
I think you were doing that. You were kind of doing that with the Wolverine trailer.
Yeah, because I'm upset because you could clearly see, obviously,
that
Patrick Stewart dies.
Is going to die. Yeah,
and they were burying somebody, and Wolverine was upset in this future.
And who else is he going to be upset about burying?
Yeah, like nobody he would be upset about burying.
Yeah,
and it's like you could just pick the whole damn movie apart based upon this. And I'm like, well, that's either midway or at the end of the movie, and this is the ending scene. Like, they literally showed the ending scene in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'll be very shocked if that's not the case. And I can't do it. It ruins it for me.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I put blinders up as much as I can when it comes to movies because I really just...
Be loud.
Yeah, it's going to... Sorry about that. It was a mini earthquake.
Yeah.
I try to put blinders on because I just want to be excited. I want to be
Sedated?
I want to be sedated 24 hours ago, yeah.
Sedated.
But
Sorry.
and that's the problem I have with the like M Night Shyamalan movies.
The
M Night Shyamalan movies.
Yeah.
I can't stand those movies because of the simple fact that
they're awful.
Well, that's the good part of it. But my problem is that for some reason with those movies, especially like any movie that has like a twist ending for the most part, I'm really good at figuring out like a quarter of the way into the movie.
Yeah.
You know? I've called almost every M. Night Shyamalan movie I've seen since The Sixth Sense. Now, The Sixth Sense I never saw coming. I thought it was amazing. It was fantastic. Oh my God, this is great. After that, Mr. Glass, I'm like, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
The Village, I'm like, they are totally in some kind of like forest somewhere. Like there's regular people running around. Like this, they're pretending.
He completely ripped off a book.
I'm sure.
Yeah, there was a book called Saving Blue.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another one, and my sister was a teacher at the time, and she had read both of these books.
So she's no longer a teacher now?
No, not since we moved down here.
She's disbarred?
Actually, she's still a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a substitute now. So.
Oh, I mean, is that a real teacher? Or...
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, she probably.
I think I heard like at least. Well, I mean, there's only 10 people that listen, so one of them has to be a substitute teacher. I'm sure that one person's like, no.
No, she does a lot of work now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was talking about it like this is completely a ripoff of these two books.
Yeah.
I just read these to my class.
Well, at least it was two books that he ripped off, and
sure,
it wasn't one
right?
book. So he took the two and they kind of like merged them together.
There were elements of both of them that were just far too similar.
We've already had this discussion though. Like, everything's a ripoff. Well, he's a hack, yes, but everything is a ripoff. Like, remember we were talking about this a couple podcasts ago. Everything is ripoff of like Greek mythology and everything else. And
John Carter of Mars, which
exactly,
is a ripoff of Hercules, so,
which is a ripoff of.
There you go.
Yeah. Which is a ripoff of some cave painting somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere you're gonna find a picture of some buff dude leaping in the air, and that's like the first like imaginative thing anybody ever had.
Yes,
and that's what started all this.
He's got a woolly mammoth above his head.
Yeah,
he's about to throw it.
The thought blew everyone's minds because at that point no one had thought of fiction before. Like,
they're all just like, did you see what Ugg just drew over there? Dude, like that's crazy.
Do you hear? Ugg just made the first fiction.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Holy
bro.
Shit. Man, fiction's cool.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's
write about furry porn with saber-tooth tigers. Yeah, I've always wanted that.
Sonic furry porn in cave painting form.
A long time ago, the Sonic furry porn. This is an original character.
Oh yeah. So I guess we both agree that Fantastic Beast deserves the 100% they got on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Argue that.
I thought it was great. As a matter of fact, I actually want to go back now and see it in the IMAX 3D. Like I was like, let's see how it looks in 2D. I want to go see it in the IMAX 3D. I think that there's some elements to it that'll be really cool without doing the whole stupid like throw something in your face that doesn't need to be thrown in your face. But the part where the platypus is like in the air and he's falling down with all the junk coming out of him.
Yeah. I think though there were some gimmicky scenes like that little rubber band monster that he had. Like,
oh yes, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
I'm watching like, oh, this movie was made for 3D.
I totally want the yo-yo nightmare monster. That thing is great.
The death moth or whatever.
I don't know what it was, but I want one of those because just like talk about scaring your friends and stuff. Like, hey, did you see this? No. All right, so
Death Manta Ray.
Yeah, I can't. I guess there's gonna be 2 more books or 2 more movies. I'm sorry.
Hopefully,
yeah. So, yeah, that'd
Plus,
be
I like
cool.
him as a character. I totally get him.
Well, that's the thing. At first, I was not down with his character. At first, I didn't get where he was going. But then he really grew on me, and I love his character. I think he's actually probably up there with, in my opinion, with like Sirius Black and Professor Lupin. Like those are my favorite Harry Potter characters, and I think he's up there.
Harry Potter.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of characters I like better than Harry Potter. My son loves Harry Potter, but me, I'm just like, eh.
My whole thing was I liked how he was just kind of amoral. Like,
yeah.
He just like.
Well, okay. I said this to the person I was with, and she kind of gave me a look like, but I'm like, I can say this because I have an autistic son, right? It's just like, it's like, you can't be racist if you're, never mind. So, I said, it seems to me like he might be like Asperger's, like he might be the first like Asperger's kind of autistic
wizard,
like wizard character that you really see. Although I can't even say that because I believe that like there is the Luna, what's her name? Seems like she seems like she might be on the spectrum as well, yeah. But I was like, I love that about his character. I love that about his character because he's so wrapped up in what he's doing with the creatures,
the routine.
Exactly, that he doesn't really care about anything else around him, and I'm like, that's very autistic traits. And I was like, I mean, I don't know if J.K. Rowling's would even come out and say it, or even if he is supposed to be on the spectrum. It would be kind of cool in my opinion though if they were to come out and say, oh yeah, he's on the spectrum, he's an autistic character, this and the other thing, and I'm like, because that you need a little bit more of that in the media. These a character that's
representation. That's
exactly
something we've been talking about all along.
Exactly, and I thought, in my opinion, and I could be completely wrong, that he has some autistic traits that that made him really. Lovable to me in a lot of ways, I was like, okay, I get where this guy's coming from. He's so focused on what he's doing that the rest of the world doesn't really matter.
That's what I love about it because it's such a palette that you can paint on.
Yes,
there's so many. Because I look at him and I go, oh man, I totally get him because I'd rather be around animals all day. And
absolutely.
And what has she got? What is it? Oh, a piece of plastic.
Dog-related incident.
She really got that.
Back to the dog cast.
Exactly. See, exactly. Dog cast. No, but I would rather, I totally get that. I would have my little magic cart full of, this is going to be a loud noise. Yeah. Magic cart or magic bag full of animals and take care of them all day, and that would be fulfilling.
I want a suitcase that has the ginormous zoo in it, though. That's just cool too. Yeah. Like that whole time, I'm thinking, man, I would just love to have this suitcase. Like
I got so pissed
when they went to in the Harry Potter movies when they went to that sporting event. It was like the big Quidditch Cup thing.
Yeah.
And they had this little tiny tent, and then you go inside and it says ginormous mansion, like tent mansion. I was like all that stuff I've always loved. So I'm like, I just want to carry around something with me. I can just kind of sit down and just escape from the world for a little while. Just like, all right, you know what? I've had enough of you guys. I'm going to my suitcase for a while.
Going to Hermione's hand. See, that's the thing. Hermione's handbag, you could totally get inside there.
Is that innuendo or
no? I was
back to the adult Nubcast.
No, that little bag she had, she reached in and you got to figure how big was the thing,
Well, that's the thing is they've all got the Mary Poppins thing going on. They all have some kind of thing that you can. I just want a pocket like that where I can just oh, hold on a second, let me just pull all this crap out of this pocket.
Sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the sound it makes when it comes out.
Isn't that a giveaway though? I mean, it's a sniper rifle. From 10 miles away, they hear somebody's got a sniper rifle coming out.
Echo. It's like somebody's ultimate going off in Overwatch.
It's high noon. Oh god, everybody run. Scatter.
That's all it's good for. Make everybody scatter.
Yeah.
Reinhardt puts up a shield. That's it. Okay, does nothing. He can't ambush anybody.
Speaking of Overwatch.
Yep.
Sombra finally dropped.
Yep.
Finally. And I'm very disappointed in you to hear that you have not been killing it on Sombra this whole time. So I think you got some splaining to do. Because I'm going to tell you, I've been playing, and Sombra is a lot of fun to play. There's there's a technique that I learned from a buddy of mine. His name is Chuck. Maybe you've heard of him. I think I've discussed him like once or twice on this.
Isn't there like a Chuck's Health podcast that they discuss his various health
his health issues. So there's a cool little trick that he was telling me, and it works really well actually. Where at the beginning of the game,
it's one weird trick.
Yeah, in the beginning of the game, you go and you hack one of the health packs near your spawn point, near the and then you run off and you throw down your teleporter there, and then you run off and you cause as much havoc as you can, and right before I think you have like 15 seconds or and then you teleport back, rinse, repeat. Just do the same thing over and over again. You can cause a lot of problems for a lot of people very quickly.
It's the same principle of playing the backline like you do with the
Tracer. See, now a lot of people are trying to put the Tracer Sombra kind of different. It really is a totally different breed, especially because Sombra is such a pain in the ass when it comes to shutting you down. I'm so. I think we've talked. I think we've talked about this before. Like, I love playing as like the healer and things like that, and the more of the support characters. And Sombra will screw my entire world up because she will hack me, and then I cannot heal. I cannot do any speed boosts. I cannot do whatever it is that I'm trying to do to help my team. So then I just become a squishy little I become a squishy little target for everybody to destroy. So Sombra is she can really turn the tide of a fight if she's used well. I noticed that the few people I've played with that have really played her well have been devastating. Yeah. Absolutely devastating. Now, the only problem is, though, too, that I see is that it will be difficult to end up with the play of the game with her, though. Because her attack is so extremely weak. Yeah. But she has I think she has like 60 bullets before she has a reload.
Bullet holds there with that SMG. I think she kind of, I don't know. I mean, they put her under a fence.
If you get enough squishy targets in the same area real quick, you can probably mow them down pretty quickly, especially if you're doing headshots with her. Yeah. But other than that, like, she's not a killer, but man, she will screw your whole day up.
I don't think she's as effective as killing as Tracer. Mm-hmm. I think she's more of a turning the tides character in the vein of Anna.
Yes,
she really is, because Anna very much so changed the meta.
That's the whole thing with Sombra. Sombra has really become a devastating character if she's used properly.
Well, you could before Eichenwald. Eichenwald was a problem for the attacking team.
Yes.
First thing I did, I played around earlier today. Yeah. I'm like, let's see what Sombra can do to this. Snuck in the back line. Yep. Started harassing everybody from the butt side.
Yep.
And sure as shit, the team, once I started distracting them. There you go. Which you could do the same thing with Farah, with her little leap around the edge of the map.
Well, imagine this. I don't think I've seen it yet, but I mean, I think she can. If she hacks Reinhardt, he can't put his shield up. If I'm not mistaken.
I believe.
I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I've seen that combination yet.
I don't know if she can hack him through the shield though.
No, but if she can get him before he puts his shield up, and she hacks him, he can't put his shield up. So then Reinhardt basically becomes just a big walking,
hammerman.
Yeah, which. I mean, he can still do some damage, but he's not going to be beneficial to the rest of the team as far as like moving, either protecting or moving forward. No,
he's a very, very much designed to be a driving character. He's supposed to break through those hard defenses.
So if you're playing Sombra, my suggestion is that you look for the key members. You don't screw around with with McCree or anybody like that. You go for the healers, and you go for what's her name with the May, and people like that they can do things that can really like change the tide of the game. Yeah. You go after them and you hack them, and I'm telling you right now, and her EMP, oh my god, that is horrible. And if that's used at the right time, like at critical moments, it will win you the game. Yeah. So I really like Sombra. I like the addition. I was worried that she was going to be too much of a Tracer kind of ripoff.
No,
but she is her own thing, and her invisibility thing is fantastic.
Yeah, when you sprint pretty fast. Mm-hmm. Now Tracer would be the one you'd use more suited to attack. With your McCrees and whatnot at a little bit more of a distance.
Like I don't consider Sombra necessarily a pester character. I mean, she can be used that way.
Yeah.
But like I said, I see her as just a tactical character, like a character that you use if you are really having trouble breaking a line. you get her in there, you start hacking the right people. You get that EMP up as soon as possible. You drop that EMP on people. You unload your 60 shells into the biggest, into the biggest meat shield you can to get your ult up as soon as possible. And you can do some serious, not damage, but you know what I mean? Like, you can really change the tide of the fight.
That's been something I've always advocated. As long as you are preventing the other team from accomplishing their objective, you are performing your task of winning or doing whatever.
Exactly. Like me loving to play the supportive characters, I really respect the Sombra character that's been brought into this. There's a lot of people who aren't going to like her because there are still those people that want to be, the guy that make the play the game, and
they want to play like Counter-Strike.
Exactly. And it's some people I just don't think get the idea of Overwatch still, but I love the game because I love the fact that if I'm feeling like going out and like wrecking people's day, I throw down with like a Soldier 76, go out there, run and gun people down. Oh my God. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
So, all right, I was talking to you about this at dinner. Roadhog used to eat my ass up, the whole thing as Soldier 76. Anytime I saw Roadhog come out there, Soldier 76 is a great pivotal character for holding a line and for taking the advantage to the enemy until Roadhog comes out. Then Roadhog comes out there and just wrecks your ass. The old Soldier 76 did not have enough power to knock down Roadhog enough to.
Oh, I used to eat him alive every time.
Yeah,
I was never worried about him.
Yeah, so Soldier 76 would be devastated by Roadhog, right? Now, if you are a good Soldier 76 player, his damage has increased. Now you can really, bring it to Roadhog. You can stand toe-to-toe with him now. I found myself being able to hold the line against a Roadhog coming at me, and really, I've put down a few Roadhogs now, which is fantastic. At Soldier 76, that was unheard of before, in my opinion. I mean, the Roadhog had to be pretty, like, at least halfway before you could really, take him down. And it had to be a crappy Roadhog player, because if they are great with their hook, you're dead. Like,
well,
they grab
really
you,
have to be
pulls you in
front of the hook for it to work. So, yeah, I mean,
So, but now, like the other night when I was playing, somebody grabbed me with their hook. I lit their face up with the rocket as soon as we got close range. Then I was able to sprint, out of the way of the shotgun blast. No, I just took him down with my bullets after that. Yeah, I was like, it's now, Soldier 76, and I'm sure they're gonna nerf him because now he's actually like, in my opinion, useful. he's become. I always liked Soldier 76. I've always liked him because I like the fact that he is such a versatile character.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can heal, I can sprint, I can do some decent damage. Now I can do some really decent damage, and I can kind of go toe to toe with a good portion of the people on the map. But now it's like, I mean, I think I aced an entire team the other night with Soldier 76. Like, they all came at me. Well, the team themselves
come at me, bro.
Yeah, the team themselves were. I'm not gonna
a taunt. They came at you. Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, the team themselves were not the best because they all literally came frontal at me. I'm like, including their Hanzo. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, here, eat some rocket. threw down my heal. And just lit them up, and I took the entire team. It was ridiculous.
I actually feel like I've played him on defense quite a bit, and I almost feel like, he's an quote unquote offense character, but he's almost suited better, in my opinion, for defense.
I honestly feel like he's great either way. Like, and now that he's got the buff, he's just, he's become, he's almost
like
devastating. Yeah, you should really give him a chance before they nerf him, because I think honestly they might have made him a little too powerful with his attack.
With McCree, they took off his drop off buff. And there wasn't a Widowmaker that I couldn't just ping their little head off.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying that for a little while, and I said, McCree's too powerful. And I'm like, you bastards.
Yeah. So we'll see how long they keep this, but right now, take advantage of Soldier 76, because he is just another one who got buffed, who I don't really play anyways, so I don't really know. Like, my buddy was telling me that she's doing really good, but D.Va, got buffed up a little bit, and he was
again.
And yeah, my buddy was loving playing D.Va the other night. Like, we were wrecking people. It was me, Chuck, and my brother. We were all playing in our 3-man group with whoever the other 3 were on our team, and I was Soldier 76. No, I'm sorry. My brother was Soldier 76. Chuck was doing Diva, and I think I was healing or something like that. And I was playing Sombra whenever I could get her. And we were we were wrecking them, you know? Mm. So definitely, if you haven't been playing Overwatch since the patch, you need to get in there. It's
Symmetra. She is getting her whole kit apparently is getting revamped.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like, and I mean, like dramatically, they're going to dramatically change her. Yeah, but they're going to dramatically change her too, like almost to the point where she's not the same character anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about that because I've always liked her character. I can't play her
very specifically though, and in my opinion, the only thing she's ever been good at is
defense,
slowing down Genji.
Yeah.
At like the choke point at Hanamura.
Yeah.
That's it. She stops him from jumping over.
Yeah.
And those turrets are way too slow. They don't do anything. You can't get them up at a pinch. They take one hit. You can blow them up with McCree's grenade, which I've done hundreds, if not millions of times by now. Mm-hmm. Probably billions.
Well, and then all May has to do is kind of pass her whole
she just has
ice
to
thing in
a
circle. Yeah.
Turn the mouse input all the way up.
Yeah.
And then just spin around once and everything's broken.
Yeah.
And we drop keys to the ground, and then that would actually break one of her turrets.
Probably.
It would be broken.
The sound of the keys dropping will break it.
The turret where you would fart as you walk. Roadhog farts as he walks by, and the turrets break. So, no, she definitely needs some... And really, though, she's the only one. I think I have, like, 10 minutes of playtime in her. Because she's not a good defense character.
Yeah.
She's not an offense character at all. And that death ball, so slow... I don't think I've ever hit anyone with it.
Well, we'll see what happens when they change her. We'll see if they, what vamping her will do. So what I love about this game is that it's constantly changing. It's constantly in flux. It's never the same
like
game.
Bastion in the playtest realm in the beta.
Yeah.
He had this ridiculous build. His kit was insane. He had a shield like Reinhardt, and you had to... And the shield, I'm virtually certain, was like impenetrable.
Yeah.
So he would just sit there and... bullet hose,
like Gatling gun with a shield up
constantly. It was insane. And then they said, we can't do that because I remember playing in like the early access, right? Mm-hmm. And I started playing against the bots because it was during an off time and they didn't have any servers up.
Yeah,
I come out against the bots and it's like 2 bastions and they set up and I couldn't get out of the spawn.
That's ridiculous.
I'm like, how the hell do you play this game? Jesus. This sucks.
So now you haven't been playing a lot of Overwatch, and why is that now?
Well, I unfortunately started playing Star Wars Battlefront.
By the way, I just want to put this out there. That game still sucks. Like, I don't know why you... like, there's nothing... But continue. I mean...
It's just, like, objectively, like, it's fun playing with friends.
Yeah, for 10 minutes, it's a lot of fun.
But, like, online, the environment is so toxic. It's so bad playing online. And I just, like, the constant disconnects from servers. Mm-hmm. I racked my brain. Okay, so the only reason is they did a 4x XP this past weekend.
Yes.
Okay, only reason I started playing it again. And I got to farming on the droid map where you collect the droid. And basically, if you would get an Imperial and a Rebel to sit on each side of the droid, you could capture it back and forth.
Okay.
Get 50,000 points in the round. And then times 4, you get 200,000 points.
So you're cheating.
So, no. So I went from level...
No.
No,
I mean, yeah, but no.
No, I went from like level 17 to 60.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Battlefield... What was it?
1942, Vietnam.
No.
Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, you want some donuts, eh?
No. Okay. Maybe it was 1942, but there was the helicopter. There was the helicopter. The helicopter hack, right? So you get in the helicopter. You get in the helicopter, and the guy flying the helicopter is constantly getting XP, right?
Yeah.
And then the people that are in the back, if they just kept switching seats, you had to keep one seat open. If they just kept switching seats for whatever reason, you kept getting XP. So everybody kept getting XP. So by the time the round was done, all you did was fly around, and everybody there got like thousands upon thousands of XP for doing nothing. Like,
I never knew this.
Yes, it was. I think it only lasted for about a week, but in that time, like, we maxed out like everything. We were just like, just flying around the hell, not even fighting. Like, we're not even involved in the actual game. We're just off the map almost. Like, you know how you go around like the red area and you have to be like, oh, come back to the battle. Like, oh, get back in there real quick. And they're just back.
Switching seats.
One person's flying. Everybody else just keeps flipping around their seats the whole time. And That's amazing. God. It was fantastic. It was one of the best glitches ever.
See, I love stuff like that, though. Like, it keeps it interesting. Like, this XP weekend, like, immediately people start going, oh, let's farm! Like, they were getting pissed at the people who were coming in and trying to play.
Yeah. Like, why are you shooting me?
We could make 50,000 experience at the end of this round. What's wrong with you? Oh, man, I got some experience.
Did you?
And then I really wanted this one unlocked for a pistol, right?
Yeah.
So you go into your hut contracts, you get a
laser pistol, right?
Huh?
A laser pistol, right?
Yeah. It's the Breyer pistol, whatever. It's the one from Dark Forces 2, I think.
Okay.
And I'm like, I really want that because it looks cool, and somebody killed me with it once, so obviously it's OP. Like, my inflated opinion of my shitty skills in this game. So I spend like the whole weekend trying to get this fucking thing, but you got to get 25 kills as Han Solo in a hero mode, okay? Yeah. Fuck, it takes a long time to get picked, and then you die. So it's like, this sucks. Well, I didn't know about hero battles. So here I spent all this time doing hero versus everybody when I could have been doing the hero battles. And within like a day, I had it. So I get it, and it's really
not as cool as you thought it was. Yeah.
The TL50 heavy repeater or whatever it is that I already unlocked through the same tedious process is just as good, if not better, because it's a rifle and does more damage and has a bigger clip. So I'm like, why was this harder to get? The only thing I can think of is its secondary fire shoots straight, but doesn't have like a big explosion, like the heavy repeater. So I'm like, how is this any better? Like, fucking A.
All that it reminds me of, though, that whole experience you just had there, is that game still sucks.
Yeah.
Why are you playing it?
Well,
I mean, if you're having fun, honestly, like, that's just me being a D-bag. If you have fun playing whatever game, it doesn't matter how crappy it is. Even if it sucks, if you're having fun playing it, then what the hell does it matter?
Well, it's something where I like the unlocks, but I'm kind of to the point now where there's really not much more that you can unlock that's worthwhile, because all the other stuff is kind of crap. I'm like, I don't need it.
Now, this holiday season, I'm making a
cake.
Oh, probably. Well, I'm cooking 2 Thanksgiving dinners, actually, tomorrow and then Thursday. No,
wait a minute.
Yes.
Are you sure that it's tomorrow and Thursday?
Our friendship is teetered.
You.
Our friendship is teeters on you giving me crap for messing everything up.
This whole
and then
thing
me
started because I was freaking out because I had to work, which I thought was Tuesday, and you're like, bro, it's Sunday. And I'm like, ha, you passed.
Yes, this is very true.
It started off as my fault.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, because we have a lot of shenanigans off the mic, obviously. So I think this was in text, right? Yeah, you kept you're going, oh my god, I gotta work, yada yada, blah blah blah. It's like, and I was like, okay, and then you kept talking about it was Sunday, right?
Yeah,
and I was like, cool. You realize it's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I get that's on Tuesday. I get tomorrow's Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm just completely like, oh yeah.
So.
No way.
But what I was saying is, so we haven't talked about it at all. Well, you don't play it, so this actually just kind of falls on me. You this fucking Battleborn. This falls on me. So I need to sit down over this holiday season and really put some time into Destiny with the new expansion and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I have not done anything with it. I haven't given any kind of review on it. I haven't talked to anybody about it.
I heard there's a DLC.
Yeah, it's from what I understand, it's really cool. But here's my problem with Destiny. Here's my problem with Destiny. Destiny is great. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun for about a month.
Yeah.
And then you play through all the scenarios, and that's pretty much it. And then you're just playing through all the scenarios again. And for me, that's not fun. I'm not. That's one of the things I never really got into with the like the MMORPGs.
Yeah.
I did not like going and doing the same, like farming and doing the same things over and over again. That's not like.
So what you're saying is you don't have obsessive compulsive disorder.
I do have obsessive compulsive disorder, which causes me a lot of problems. Because
in a different way.
Yeah. Well, no. Like, okay. Case in point. Any Final Fantasy game that's ever come out that I've played, if I don't get every friggin' item, doesn't matter how crappy it is, doesn't matter. Like, the more obscure, harder to find item, the more that I want it. And it didn't do anything to really change the way you played the game.
So what you're saying is you had a very hard time, as I did, having to choose between the Atma summon and the Atma weapon.
Yes.
And or the Illuminati sword or whatever it was called. And the pearl.
Yes, I don't like that. I want it all.
I know. I have
don't
to have
make
both.
me have to pick one. Do not do that to me.
I have to have the Atma weapon to defeat so-and-so.
So now I have to start a whole second game. I have to start a whole second game so I can make sure that I've got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, when I found out, we're talking Final Fantasy 3 here.
Yes.
When I found out that you could save Shadow from the collapse of the floating continent.
Yes.
And all you had to fucking do was wait until it was almost exploded, and he would come running up. I'm like...
No, do you want to hear something more messed up than that? Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Right? What's it, Ariel or... Not Ariel. I know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Well, I changed all the names. I changed all the names for my characters, so I don't know what her name was. The one that dies. The one that Sephiroth kills. All right? I fucking hate you.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm talking about. The one that Sephiroth kills. Okay.
Aerith.
Aerith. Thank you. God.
I can see how you could get Ariel.
Okay, so.
Look at this stuff.
Isn't it neat? All right, so.
Only 16.
So I kept thinking, because I refused to read the booklet and everything like that, I kept thinking maybe she's going to come back. Maybe she's going to come back. Because she had a lot of my crap on her, too, when she died. You know, and nobody told me about this because I didn't read the book, the little, the strategy guide or whatever ahead of time. Really. So I didn't know that she was going to have a bunch of my crap on her and all this other stuff, And by the way, that made my eyes sweat when she was killed. Just going to throw that out there. The music, everything, I was just like, oh, God, this room is dusty as hell.
Comes out of the screen.
But, yeah, so I had no idea. And I get all the way through the end of the game, I'm like, she never came back. So I had to start a whole nother game. And let me tell you, I did not trust that bitch for anything after that. She didn't get any items. She didn't get anything unless I had at least 3 or 4. Yeah, I didn't even bother. I'm like, you know what? There's no point in using you because you're gonna die. I mean, granted, you die like halfway through the game, but I don't care. Like
that, you just became a businessman on
that.
That's a bad investment, no returns.
Exactly.
Sorry, you're fired.
Exactly. Like you're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
This game, what we're gonna do? We're gonna get to the highest level. We're gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
You're fired.
So yeah, like I wouldn't even let my like all the flirtation things and everything that you could do in there. I was all about what's her name after that? The one, the boxing gloves, Tifa. Me and Tifa were like, again, I change all the names for my characters, so I build like a real special bond with my RPG characters. As a matter of fact, I always feel uncomfortable if I can't change the names for the characters. Like if I'm playing an RPG and they have like set names, I'm like I cannot get invested with this character because like Sora. Like I love the Kingdom Hearts games, but the fact that I can't change his name drives me nuts. Or Donald, like I don't want to be called Donald. I want to call him like Duckface Poopy Pants or something like that. Like
his name is Mr. Poopy Butthole.
So
there was this one. It was called I don't know if you ever played Star Ocean.
I love
Star Ocean, the second story. I think it was
the one that was on PS or
the PlayStation.
PlayStation 1.
Do you remember
the cooking thing in that? By the way, oh my God, I loved that game. I must have spent hundreds of hours playing that game.
Do you remember when Claude would level up?
Yes.
Claude has advanced forward. Some of the voices in that were absolute. I had as a young man.
That's another one.
Playing fucking paper dolls.
Yes.
That's essentially because Matt said that once. So all those paper dolls. Oh fuck me, dude. I had so much anxiety over who do I put next to each other in line, and then they gotta like each other.
Star Ocean was one of the worst games for me for that because depending on the relationship in there, depending on how well they did in the game and stuff like that. There was another game like that. Chrono Cross? Yes. Chrono Cross. Oh my God, that one gave me such angina.
I was
really,
to a certain degree, right?
Chrono Trigger a little bit.
You could pick your waifu in that.
Yes, Chrono Trigger a little bit in that, but Chrono Cross, which was, oh my God, another game I got lost in forever. I was just, see, those kind of games, like that's why, like Fallout, I will probably never finish Fallout 4, because the simple fact that I just get so caught up in all the.
You can get all the waifus and it don't
exactly.
matter.
So
and they don't care as long as you don't flirt in front of each other. And they're like, it's the apocalypse, huh?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Have fun with that mutated herpes, though.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
I think I've gotten at this point everyone. No,
I was gonna say you got every disease in the.
No, not every
apocalypse.
Everyone's companion ability, but because some of them I had to just be like friends with because I'm like. like again, paper dolls. You know, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, my character. Oh, but he really. I think this is what he would.
Oh yeah,
do.
like I put
you're
way too
making
much
these-
thought and effort into.
You're making these like decisions for this
That's
person who you
I
have
love those.
ultimate
I
control
love those
over.
games. I love those games. But man, I just get so caught up, and I'm like, and then I do that though. I make up a whole like backstory for him. I'm like, well, like Sir Certiferous would never do this. Like he's not this
I
way.
would love it if there was something that would allow you to speak as the Silver Shroud in all the dialogue.
Yes. Oh my
that would
God.
be. I would. Do
I'm
that.
sure that hack is either out or coming. So
Everyone always has the Silver Shroud outfit.
Yeah.
Like that's what everybody wears.
I love it.
It's one of the better like non-armors.
Yes.
But just it's
And it just looks
ridiculous.
cool.
It looks cool.
All
So
right.
he's the shadow.
I just get so caught up in that stuff. All right, real quick. So we have an admin that came back. Foxtail is back on the Nub now, and she's going real kind of pro with her cosplay lately. She started a Instagram and a
the
Facebook
Instagrams.
page. Yep, and a Twitter. It is Foxtail Nerdspirations on all those social medias except for Twitter. It's Foxtail Nerdspiration because of their stupid letter, cap thing. You can only do Nerdspiration, no S. So
is it
and
just
it's
one?
spelled
It's just one on Twitter. One Nerdspiration.
yeah, it's just the one Nerdspiration. That's it. So she only posts one picture and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's spelled Foxtail, Foxtale. And then
She
Nerdspiration.
stays true to that. She just has it, maintains
it's just
it,
one picture.
and just the
It just
one
keeps
picture
posting it over and over again.
This is the one. I can't have the S.
It won't let me do anything
If
else.
I have an S, I can put more, but you got to obey the rules.
So if you're really into cosplay and you really want to start following somebody's cosplay adventure from the beginning, she's relatively new to the whole thing, but she's pretty damn good. Like I know you've seen some of her cosplays and stuff. I mean, she's really working at it. As a matter of fact, I was going to ask you about this. Gonna take some sewing classes at the Joanne Fabrics if you're interested. I think it's like $40 per person to do private lesson, like whatever it is that we'd like to do. And I was gonna do it mainly based on like any of the cosplay stuff that we're interested
I
in.
need to make a new Gambison.
So do you know how to sew already, or
No.
Okay, so
like I'm not going to say I do.
I know I barely know how to, and with all the new sewing machines and stuff, yeah. So $40 per person, man. If you want to go do that, we can learn how to make cosplay stuff together.
Because I've got to make this Gambison. My
and again, it's a private lesson, so it would just be us, going together and
I've got to update V with a new.
It's 3 hours.
And a new cape.
$40 for 3 hours.
Cloak.
Nice. $40 per person for 3 hours as a private lesson. You can't beat that. I mean, that's pretty freaking amazing, So. Anyways,
this end up something like in Ghost, where you're using the sewing machine, and then the
Pretty
old
much.
lady teaching it comes up behind you and wraps her arms around you and guides your hands, and it starts playing.
Oh my love, my darling. No, now you're combining stuff. Come on.
I was making a hip hop mix. Come on, give me a break, man.
What do they call them? Mashups?
Yeah.
throw a little Top Gun in there, like.
Oh. So I had.
Well, hold on. So just real quick, I just want anybody that wants to follow somebody's cosplay journey, kind of from the beginning, go check it out on the Nerd United Brevard Facebook page. We've been kind of promoting it a little bit, and she's going to start doing the cosplay Mondays again. And I encourage you, Felton, to do the same.
I'll just repost my same pictures because I never get to do anything new.
Well, no, you did all that. You did all that. Like you really upped your game with the whole Beetlejuice thing this Halloween.
So into makeup, and I'm really proud of how that turned out.
That
was fun.
So as you were saying, I apologize.
No, it was really
totally
funny. And it was a great.
And I just shut it down. I was like, "Screw you! Shut it down." I hacked your funny comment. Actually, I songbird your funny comment.
You did. It'll come back to me in a second.
All right. So yes, go ahead.
I remember. Okay.
All right. So let me songbird again.
Yeah. So speaking of nerdy things,
yes,
one of my favorite music artists. His name is Shirobon. Okay, Shirobon.
Okay.
And I there was one thing I wanted on his website, this one song, because I didn't have a good quality version of it or something that I had before. So I said, well, screw it. He's charging $30 for all of his music. He's an artist out of the UK.
Yeah.
And what he does is he has, I don't know if it's like
a season pass. You pay $30. You just get his future music
too.
too.
Like hip hop, 8-bit kind of music. Okay. and he uses like a Game Boy and all these old things to actually synthesize the sound. Oh yeah, it's fucking cool as hell. So I buy it and it goes, oh, leave a message for the artist through the Bandcamp or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, hey man, I fucking love your music. I play it all the time when I'm driving, I'm at work, everything I'm doing.
Oh my God, will he let us take one of his songs for the podcast?
No.
Damn. I thought maybe that's where you're going with this.
No. Well, I can ask him. We're basically best friends now. So I messaged him. I'm like, you're great, man. Keep it up. I love it when you put out new stuff. Your remixes are awesome. Basically, love you, gay for you. Papa bless. Yeah. And I get, my phone beeps. It's like, oh, you've received a message. And, it was from him. He goes, hey, man, thanks. I'm glad you like my stuff. I was like, no way.
Dude, you're in there. I'm telling you. Ask him if we can steal a song for the podcast.
This guy has like a gigantic, worldwide following.
But it sounds like the kind of thing that we need, those little 8-bit remix things. So
that was kind of where I was getting at too. Like, I'm wondering, maybe
just be like, listen, hey, can we use one? As long as we give you credit, can we use one of your songs for the podcast? Because I love the fact that we have the computer generated song at the beginning.
Randomly generated.
Because the computer made that up itself. Just so you guys know, we didn't. That song at the beginning that plays before the podcast. That's not us. That's the computer going. That's the computer going. This is my jam.
Yeah, that was the best sounding random bullshit.
Actually, if I remember correctly, the computer actually said, "What are you doing, Dave?" I was like, "Whoa!" And it just dropped that beat on us. Yeah. Okay, so in my forte into trying to open my mind a little bit more to these newer animes, I like to call them the newer animes. It's more like kids animes, like we've talked about this before. I am the old school anime, like the old school more adult animes, like Ghost in the Shell. Ranma 1/2, actually, yes, I actually love that. It's not adult.
Ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, but it was.
Watch it though. It was a drama.
But here's the thing I think that is what kind of led to the animes now that a lot of people watch, and it kind of drives me nuts because again, I was Vampire Hunter D, I was like all these, I was Appleseed, all these like Akira. Cool. Appleseed is fantastic. Akira, like all these like more kind of gritty, more adult animes. So now, I've tried, I've
hentai.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
What you're talking about? Adult anime?
No. So now I'm kind of moving more into I call them kid animes. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't call them that, I guess, but I'm calling them kid animes. And one of them that I just started, and I mean I literally just started, and according to Hulu, I have a long journey ahead of me. Naruto. Leonardo?
Naruto.
So I've watched the first couple episodes. Not bad. I've actually picked up. See, I've talked about this before too, but I like to do the manga more than I like to actually watch the cartoons because a lot of the anime cartoons drive me absolutely batty with the big heads and the really crappy voices. But I have to say that I'm really liking this storyline so far that it's got going. So this might be my new binge. So stay tuned.
New guilty pleasure.
Yeah, as we go on this journey through Naruto together, and I will keep you all posted. Speaking of keeping you guys posted, I think you know where I'm going with this.
I think
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Watch 2016. Nothing. I am writing the company one more time, and I'm going to be like, listen, give me a tracking number or I'm pulling my funding, and I'm going to give you guys the worst review on Kickstarter. This is ridiculous. I mean, people are already talking about how they've got their game, they're having a good time. This is the very first time in a long time the very first time I've ever been like in a Kickstarter where I actually paid for the premium Kickstarter with all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And now I feel gypped. I don't know what's going on. It's driving me nuts. And I need to get this game, otherwise, because I'm going to be extremely upset if I have to buy this game at the store and get the basic,
the basic bitch version.
That's just what I was going to say, the basic bitch version. Actually, you have to put the real emphasis on the basic bitch
version. That with The Witcher. I was so upset.
Yeah.
But I know we talked about him before, but the guy that works at the Melbourne Mall.
Yeah. Which one?
The Melbourne Mall.
The one that's the guy with the ponytail?
The nice guy.
The guy that's been there for literally ever? Yes.
And I'm pretty sure he was the one that hooked me up, that like they got one in.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure I'm older than him, but it seems like he's just
age.
lived there.
I'm pretty sure he's
a vampire. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, awesome.
He feeds off of nerdy guys coming in there to buy games.
So whoever you are out there, GameStop hero, you're awesome.
GameStop hero.
I almost had to be a basic bitch on Witcher, and now I have have my pendant and my statue, which come to find out, after the fact, I could have just bought the fucking wolf pendant on its own for $10 fucking bucks.
You don't sound bitter at all about it, though.
I'm not, because they came out with DLC that was another $40. So I'm like, but I bought the Ultimate Edition. Why am I paying for DLC?
Thank you for reminding me. I need to get the season pass for that game so I can get all the DLC.
Why do I have to get a season pass?
I don't know.
It should have been.
Yeah, you've already complained about that.
Can we talk about finger tutting now?
Yes.
This has been burning a hole in my mind.
Well, where are we at time-wise?
54.
All right.
Finger tutting doesn't take long, okay? So there's this fella on YouTube, you can look him up, J-Funk.
J-Funk.
He apparently is the dubstep dance master of the hand, okay? So he has this type of dance called finger tutting.
Okay.
And apparently everything you see in Doctor Strange, this guy choreographed.
Okay.
All those hand movements, everything, he did all of that shit. This guy is absolutely blazing the trail on finger spells and dance. I'm watching this video. So
this is called finger tutting?
Finger tutting.
Okay.
And this dude just blows you away, like, just to think, like, he's the first in his field of choreography.
He is the sensei of finger tutting.
Yeah,
the master sensei.
He apparently can cast all these Doctor Strange spells, no problem, because he's the one that fucking came up with it. So I just thought that was hilarious.
Wow, and it was, what was it again? It was
J-Funk.
J-Funk. I'm gonna look him up tonight. Is this YouTube thing? I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll share it to my Share Now friends right there.
Matter of fact, what you need to do is actually you need to post it on the Nub. So that, like, post one of the videos on the Nub.
Finger tutting, guys. This is a new type of dance. Yeah,
I'll be up in the club all weekend just finger tutting,
just like standing there, just doing Doctor Strange spells, and people are gonna be like,
I'm actually gonna call myself like Finger the Tut.
Finger the Tut. Ew. That's gonna be misconstrued in something awful. Really think.
Lava Skywalker, and then just do the dance moves with my fingers. Oh man!
Teleport to another dimension.
Yes. All right.
Freeze on top of Everest.
So real quick, so we're making plans to go to Dragon Con in September,
yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Also, we're going to be doing MegaCon probably, right?
Also, the Renaissance Fair is coming up.
And the Renaissance Fair in January, yes.
That, remember, you're going to have... Well, no, Space Coast Comic Con will be after all of it, but
yes.
There's also, more than likely, Nerdfest is going to be in the first or second quarter of the year.
Yeah.
So this is all going to be...
I'm not trying to talk badly about it, but hopefully this year is better than last year. So.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of controversy.
Yeah, controversy.
Controversy.
Maybe we should contact Brian Bendis, who runs Nerdfest. Sorry to put your name out there, bro.
No.
But maybe we should contact him and see if he needs some help planning it.
I thought he stepped down.
Well, it was completely his thing from the beginning, so it'd be strange if he stepped down, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I thought there was some lady that
took over,
who people were very happy with.
Well, if anybody knows anything about Nerdfest and the mechanics thereof, if they could kind of maybe like give us a little message, or even like just message us on Facebook on the Nerds United Brevard, privately and let us know what's going on. We would love to offer our services.
Sure.
Maybe like host a panel or something like that would be kind of cool.
By then we'll have like 20 episodes.
Yeah,
25 maybe.
Probably, and maybe 11 listeners.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
11 subscribers.
Actually, the last one had 24 views.
Yeah, but I don't know why the people. Why are you guys listening and not subscribing? Like, subscribe. Let us know that you're listening. If you like it, let us know you like it. If you don't like it, let us know you don't like it, and give us some comments and some feedback on what we can do.
I should stop fiddling with during the recording.
Exactly.
Process.
Like, tell us that you either love or hate the dogs barking in the background. Like, let us know where you. Oh, they were great today.
I tired them out.
I was gonna say you gave them all like some marijuana, right? Like, oh, real quick. I am so excited. I want to get my card. I want to get my card. Yes.
All of a sudden,
I have really bad insomnia. I have diabetes, right? Isn't that one of the things you can get the card for? Like,
man, Wilford Brimley living in his retirement home in Florida is really happy right now.
I got the diabetes, but I got my card. So.
Well, I think they several neurological issues, like people with like fibromyalgia and stuff. Like, I think that's great.
Okay, all right. Coming from my background, Fibromyalgia, I hate to say this, people are going to get really ticked off when I say, well, I'm not going to say it because it's just one of those things that'll tick people off. But let's just say that for me, I have a hard time with somebody when they say, oh, I have fibromyalgia. It's like, okay, like I have insomnia. Oh, you have insomnia, so you don't sleep at all. Oh, well, it takes
one
me.
Of those things like you got a lot of people that say, oh, well, I have OCD. I can't stand when things aren't clean.
Exactly.
I'm like,
it's a checklist.
Do you know what OCD
literally, is? Literally, for fibromyalgia, there's a checklist. It's like, do you have pain like this, pain here, pain here? And if you get like 4 things out of 30 on the checklist, you have fibromyalgia.
No shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's why I have a hard time with when people. It's just a way of saying that
you hurt.
Yeah, and it's like,
I don't know, because I look at all the time I hear people say it and it pisses me off. They're like, oh, I have OCD. I'm like, so you have constant repetitive thoughts, intrusive thoughts, and stuff that you can't let go, and
oh yeah, I definitely do not have OCD. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I definitely do.
Oh, I've noticed. No, mine is definitely ADD, and I'm sure that even if you listen to this podcast, you can tell there's been many times. Case in point, the damn ice cream incident on our very first podcast was like, is that an ice cream truck?
I've only heard that like twice now. Like that's a rare occurrence.
I'm telling you, that was fantastic though. Yeah. Every time somebody asks me for about the podcast or anything like that, I always send them to episode 0 because that whole I mean, granted, the sound quality is horrible. Not that we're like way up there in sound quality yet, but it's really bad, But it's just that and there's a couple other things from that very first episode where it's just, I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah. So I think we kind of recaptured that.
Yeah, a couple times.
We recaptured it,
especially the wrestling one. Oh my god, I think it's like episode 7 or something. I don't know, but man, that's where we spent half the episode talking in wrestler voices. Like, let me tell you something, brother.
Half our dinner conversation was about Jesse Ventura.
Yes,
and how much I love him. So
very true.
Apparently, I have this wrestling fetish that I need to address.
Well, I think we should probably wrap it up now before we get back into the wrestling.
Back into finger tutting and WWF.
Finger the tut. Just so you guys look for me on the dance floor.
J-Funk.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for listening again. Please, if you are listening, just tell your friends. Let them listen.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. I mean, we're not getting paid for this. We're just doing this for the hell of it. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it no matter what.
Wait, you're not getting paid?
Oh, are you getting paid?
YouTube, they're sending me all that YouTube money. 24 views is like 1/100 of a penny.
Oh my god!
You didn't get that?
No, I didn't get that.
In the mail?
Oh my god!
You're half of that molecule.
I knew I shouldn't have thrown that check away. That 3-cent check. But no, honestly though, just let us know if you like what you're hearing. Let us know if you don't like what you're hearing. Like I'm okay with negative feedback. Tell us on Facebook on the Nerds United in Brevard.
We need to get a phone line. We need to get a Google Voice number.
Yeah, just call in.
And just have people call in and then just.
I really do want to do.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I want
the phone. Like,
listen, I want your most negative. Like, troll us. Like, do whatever you want. Like, give us the most negative.
You listen to Tom and Dan, right?
Yeah.
The people that call in.
Yeah.
And just do atrocious shit to those guys.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
Just give me the worst that you have. Give me the best that you have. Like tell me what we can do to make it more entertaining or less entertaining to listen to. You
can call in and you can try and do a quote off on me from V for Vendetta. And
I'll
probably win. But
yeah. Win?
I'll win.
What was that?
He's on the show. Cream? Dark Matter?
I have not seen Dark. I know that show exists. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, he's on it. He's back.
All right, but we really need to wrap this up.
Yeah,
all right. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the Merce.
It's Felton,
and we will talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Finger tutting.
Don't do that.